We have hit the decline. NHL 24 in its cycle usually starts to lose a lot of its player base and interest around March and April, and you've got to adjust. So these Not a Dollars aren't going anywhere. We play all year round. Nothing has changed there. However, the amount of time we play in a week, that's going to be adjusted. But first, packs. So let's start off with HUT Champs. I finish off the week 11-7. Didn't even play my final 2 games. A theme that we're going to talk about throughout this episode is I'm a lot like you guys. There are weeks where I simply can't play enough to get everything done, and I think that actually might make the Not a Dollar series even better, simply because I'm not going to be able to play an exceptional amount of time, especially in March, where I travel every single weekend for the entire month. We do get 11 wins. We left 2 on the table, and I'm still going the Mega Players Pack route, trying to get your final team builders done, or even just an additional one, depending on when you started playing the game. Mega Players Packs is definitely the best, especially because you can take any of the non-NHL Gold players and you can throw them into the training camp set to guarantee yourself cards that will work towards one of the team builders. I still need Sammy Salo. Don't even really care about the card, but I just want to have that 4th 93 team builder, so when 96s come out, I'll be able to cash in and make 2. Guys, I do not know when team builders come out, but it is easily the most asked question on my channel. When are 96 team builders coming out? If I had to guess, late March. So we end up with 3 Mega Players Packs. I saved one of the collectibles. I had 7. I saved it so that when I get my Rivals rewards this week and the Tier 3 reward, I get an extra HUT Champs collectible so I can make one more of these Mega Players Packs. And it went about as expected. Bernie Geoffrion. What a throwback. Thoughts on packs for points or coin? Let's go! All right, Pavel Buchnevich, we'll take it. So while we get a purple pull, nothing really crazy here out of the Mega Players Packs. Not that I was expecting anything. Did get a ton of trade-in fodder to work towards Sammy Salo. And Buchnevich does allow me to trade him in to get a bunch of power-up collectibles, which is what we're going to need to upgrade the team. So because I did not have a lot of time to play last week, I was only able to get gold in Division 2. So we took untradeable rewards, which I still think is by far the best value. We pulled a bunch of stuff, but that's all it really was, just stuff. Now, one of the biggest things that has happened over the last few weeks of playing the game is that I switched out and tried to upgrade my goaltender, and I went with the 91 Star of the Month, Thatcher Demko, and my God, was he awful. Like, I'm talking one of the worst goaltenders I've used in quite some time, which again just goes to prove that goaltenders mean nothing. So it was time to find his replacement, and we needed to bring back a familiar face. Welcome back to the GOAT. Now, upgrading the team with all of the rewards meant that we were finally able to make another 87 overall team builder, welcoming back Joe Nieuwendyk, and then that meant we could use the Patrice Brisebois that I had made last week, throw him into a set, and now we've got Adrian Aucoin as I work towards getting Sammy Salo. I do have to mention that it is going to take a very long time for anyone that started the game late, or if you're just starting from scratch right now, to make a 93 team builder. Like, it is going to require 3 weeks, maybe a month of normal rewards, simply because you have to make 287s to turn into 190, and you need 290 overalls. It's only going to be more when the 96s come out, because no doubt they are going to release 3 of the 96 overall team builders, meaning that you are going to need 6 of the 93 versions. And now that we've got the 90 overall Adrian Aucoin back, he's going to fit perfectly on my 3rd pair while I work towards Sammy Salo. But I need to work on Dougie Hamilton. This card is an absolute unit, one of the best right-handed defensemen in the game. And it was a perfect use of all of my power-up collectibles, so I traded in a bunch of my cards to jack up Dougie Hamilton's rating. So after jumping all of my power-up collectibles into Dougie Hamilton, he has been one of my favorite cards to use all year. I find that defenseman, when you find like a great one, whether it's size, skating, attributes, as well as his abilities, they're always like the most impactful, and I don't know if it's because you're able to knock people off the puck as well as on the offensive side of things, but Gold Shutdown and Quick Pick on Dougie Hamilton has been fantastic. I am going to get him to his 94. I'm just going to take my time with it. We're at the stage of the game where there's no need to rush out, but it is definitely going to be something that I work towards. And just a short little while ago, my decor was like my least favorite part of my team, but now it's starting to come together with the addition of Adrian Aucoin on the 3rd pair. Got Cale Makar and Brian McCabe, who has continued to be great. Along with my forward core now, again, Austin Matthews has been one of my favorite forwards as well. Again, just slowly working towards getting his 94, no rush. Rick Nash and Barzal have been perfect. And then finally, as of yesterday, we got our new tiers for our ultimate icons, and I want to talk about them real quick. Wayne Gretzky see, he does go up to 96 speed. He gets agile dangler boost in that third slot. And then I love the random +2 to the final synergy. They are just making it completely random. But they also gave him Enforcer Forward. Oh, they also gave it to Mario Lemieux, who finally, after 3 months, gets a skating increase. And now he's up to 94 speed. He too also gets Enforcer Forward. So even if you don't have Matthew Tkachuk, you can almost make Enforcer Forward, because Gordie Howe, as we know, also has it, but that was from before, and he only gets a +1 to it. But nonetheless, we're going to be able to activate Enforcer Forward and get a big skating increase to all of these cards, which I'm really excited for, because that'll give a big jolt of life to the lineup. And then, as you can see, the GOAT is back in net. So into Rivals we go, and I want to talk about the future and the remainder of this series, because like I mentioned, this is when the interest in the game starts to die off. Couple goals to keep the series going. 1, make Division 1 in Rivals. It's embarrassing the fact that I still haven't. I now sit around 2,000 skill rating, and we're going to hit Division 1 by the time this game ends. Number 2, let's do 15 wins in Hut Champs. I think that's a good stretch goal. Gets us out of that extremely mediocre level and something to strive for. So let's get into Rivals with a new squad. We're also going back to the Sharks colors. We just needed a fresh look for these not a dollars. So right off the rip, I want to point out some things that you might not notice. But number 1 is Quick Pick on Dougie Hamilton. Because he's so big, Quick Pick will actually force your AI to make an animation to intercept the puck. And as you can see here, he reaches around and is able to pick this one off. Now, I can't get it out with him because of the just incidental contact there, but 99% of the time, if your players don't have Quick Pick, that pass is getting right through the middle. And then after a pretty decent start to the game, I am reminded yet again that it does not matter who you have in net in the NHL video game. So the climb to Division 1 Rivals is going to be difficult, simply because I'm not good enough to be able to outplay whenever nonsense randomness happens in game. But we're going to keep grinding, including trailing by 1 after this sequence. Yeah, this is going to be harder than first anticipated. I'm lucky I've held on to this controller all year, I'll be honest with you. I do have to say, though, the new Markstrom has been playing great. He's only 87 overall, but I have now once again found a goaltender that I'm at least confident will stop the shots he should, which is what Demko didn't do. And I really can't blame him for the 2 goals in this one so far. Then finally, with 10 minutes left in the game, the puck pops out to Wayne Gretzky. He takes the bump into the boards, able to skate right out in front and fire this one low far side. We're not done yet. All right, maybe we are. Although Markstrom makes one hell of a save on a 2-on-0. Nah, screw that. Time for a little Rivals magic in March. Come on, let's go, dude. Rivals in March. God, dude, this game just fights you so much, man. I saw a lot of people in the comments in my last video about me having Arnott above Gretzky, and I think I was too trapped into the fact that Arnott's a massive center. We're moving Gretzky up 1. Let's go, man. So the whole year I want to win every game, but really, Rivals doesn't give you a massive incentive for winning. It's just about doing your chores. With the new goal in mind, I'm already exhausted. That's 1 game, bro. So again, the goal is to get to Division 1. That is going to be the end goal for the series. Sitting currently at 1,976. Got to get to 2,100. And as you can just see in the last game I played, it's going to be a battle. Obviously, with the player base dwindling as the year goes along. I don't even think that means it'll get easier, because if you've watched any of my streams, I play essentially the same 5 people over and over again, and I match Division 1 players, even though I'm in Division 2, simply because there's no one else playing the game. But no excuses. We're going all out. Also, just want to reiterate the point that as the year goes along, even me, who plays this game full time, I don't even buy into the FOMO and the need to get everything done. As you can see here, I didn't even finish my style icons. It's about to end at the time of this recording. Getting a 93 overall card is fantastic, and for a lot of no money spent players that don't get a lot of options to play this game or time to play this game, it's 100% something that you should grind towards. But because Jack Eichel, who I would take, wouldn't even really make my top 2 lines, I'm not going to force myself to sit there and do stick lifts on rookie squad battles for 2 hours. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to get my Division 1 goal done before Hut Champs, so there might be weeks where I don't even play Champs, and I'm just simply grinding out Rivals to try and get my skill rating up. And taking advantage of Burst is probably going to be one of the bigger things here, simply because I can get more games done. And one last look at the team. I will slowly finish off Auston Matthews. I can probably cash in enough of my collection to get his 94. It's just not a big rush for me. However, with the new upgrades to the power-up icons, definitely that is going to be the main focus focus of the next week or so for me, getting enough power-up collectibles to finish off the cards. Not because the +1 boost is anything crazy, although they do get a skating increase. The fact that they get Enforcer forward to jack up their speed even higher is massive. So running Wayne Gretzky with Enforcer forward, which would get his speed to 98, on top of getting Gordie Howe to his 95 to get Enforcer forward and get him up to 95. And lastly, Mario Lemieux, it'll actually move him up in my lineup because he's a better skater now. Mario Lemieux has kind of fallen by the wayside simply because of the extremely slow progression that doesn't make any sense to me. We literally went 2 months without a skating increase, which I don't even know how that happened. And I'm nothing without my community. I heard enough. Gretzky's going back up to line number 2. So that's going to do it for this episode of No Money Spent. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and thank you for watching all year round. I'll see you next episode.